Finding Caroline Mission was a real lifesaver for my family.
Mazi came from Cameroon to get her PhD in molecular biology from St. Louis University. She needed daycare for her 10-month-old baby.
The staff were really engaged with not just my children, but also with me as a parent.
What did she want for her 2 children? She started explaining their personality and their temperament. And then I noticed that she had another child, and I said, well, tell me about him, even though he was of school age. So we talked about all 3 children first, and then we talked about her. You know, she told me what she wanted for them, and I said, well, what do they want, and what do you want that to look like 5 years from now?
And we loved it. I could feel they had real, genuine concern because they would wait for the child to calm down before I leave, or they would tell me some strategies of what I could do to transition my child.
She felt isolated and wasn't sure about what child development looked like in America. So we talked about a training that we were having for staff. It was a conscious discipline training, and she attended the 8-hour training.
It's been long, but I still value the skills I learned from that workshop.
When parents come into Caroline Mission, our staff knows every one of those parents and their circumstances.
A few months after Lisa and Nina were enrolled at Caroline Mission, my family was going through divorce. I also lost my job. Because of that, I wasn't able to afford having my children come to Caroline Mission anymore. And I also really didn't know what exactly to do, since I wasn't really well informed about things in America at that time. And so I did call Denise on the phone to say my children can't come anymore, and she said, hey, you have to come and talk to me and let me know what's going on. I came in and I explained the situation to her. She said, since you are looking for a job, we have some options to offer scholarships, so your children can still be here for this period of time, and let's see what happens if you do get a job by that time.
We go above and beyond to make sure that those families have what they need so that every child is ready for kindergarten and beyond.
To be able to come to Caroline Mission and have a women's support group and also have a counseling session, all of that for free, it was just very, very good to have that.
Early childhood education is so important because children develop their brains by the time they're 5 years old, 90% of them. Children that participate in early childhood programs do better in school and do better as it relates to careers. The families that we work with come from the zip codes that do not have favorable outcomes. So it's important for the children at Caroline Mission to receive the supports and services that we provide so that we can kind of change the narrative.
I could see that my children were learning. They were learning to read and they were learning other basic concepts.
Her children were very quiet when they first came to us, and over time they became much more comfortable with themselves and understanding who they are and what they have to offer, even at an early preschool age.
Like the children feel safe, they feel loved, they feel like they're at home. I saw the staff hugging my children. They would take pictures of what happened during the day, and I used to think, why do the teachers go through that extra mile for just this one child when they have other children in the classroom? But they do it for all the other children too.
We want all children, regardless of their economic background, their families, to be able to celebrate what they have inside of them.
Even when I was in a very devastating situation, going through divorce and in a new country, Caroline Mission provided the resources I needed to get back on my feet. Unleashing Potential is a really appropriate name because what resources that we get through Caroline Mission and neighborhood houses really helps you to see what you can do to make yourself better.
Up at Caroline Mission is just the beginning of the continuum of care offered by Unleashing Potential. For school-age children, we have before school, after school, and summer enrichment camps at sites throughout St. Louis City and County. In the teen years, Unleashing Potential offers girls Moving Up and Magnificent Creations, 2 programs focused on high school completion, life skills, and job readiness skills.
Bonina went to a field trip at the Fox Theater, and she was so amazed, and she told me of the pictures she saw there, and that has given her another view of the world.
The experiences that we provide for our children can open doors for them, allow them to be the citizens in this community that we need in the future.
And even in the summer camp, they get exposed to things that my family, we would not be able to afford that for them. Now, both Nina and Lisa were tested for the gifted programs, and they're doing very well in school. Because people support Caroline Mission and neighborhood houses, I'm really grateful to them for doing that, because without their support, it would not be possible for families like my family to have stability. Caroline Mission met all my needs. Saying that Caroline Mission is a lifesaver is really an understatement.